Before shit gets weird, take a sip of beer. Hey guys, just want to say thanks for watching, and if you could please just give it a thumbs up, that would be great. As you just saw, 190.6, so I'm down 2 pounds from last week. Right now I want to show you some measurements. I'm going to use the body fat caliper to see where I'm at percentage wise. Even though they're not that accurate, I just want to get a rough estimate and show you guys. 26.9% body fat. So for the past couple months, I have not been using creatine. Right now is me hopping back on creatine. Listen to me talking about creatine like it's some sort of illegal drug. No, I just stopped for a couple months because I was back and forth to my nephrologist and getting blood work every month. I just didn't want to throw any results off. I wanted to have honest, true results with minimal supplements in me. So for the remaining 10 weeks of my diet, I'm gonna add in creatine and see if it helps my strength. I don't even know why I stopped, but here we go. What I go with is Optimum Nutrition's, and always make sure it's CreaPure. Purest form creatine, so it minimizes water retention. Anyways, $2.95 on the bar for an AMRAP. I'm gonna use a bell because last week, or actually 2 weeks ago, I strained my back due to bad form. So if I can get like 5 with perfect form, that'd be great. Thank you. I don't know if you guys can see these little ridges where the old backer plate used to be when I was my leanest at 157. Now look how fat I've gotten over the past year and a half. It went all the way back to right here. And that's gonna basically wrap it up for my workout. All right, can you guess where we're at right now? The most expensive grocery store in Florida. For what? So what I really love about dieting is intermittent fasting. Now, even though it's really hard to some people to go more than 10 hours without food, intermittent fasting is about a 16 to 20 hour window where you don't eat, and all you do is drink no calorie water, sports drinks or coffee. Then what you do is you use the 4 or 8 hour window to get all your food in. So that's what I'm doing. I just got done with my workout. I'm gonna make a big ass pizza and factor in all my macros. Since I have a humongous appetite as it is, it's really easy for me to do that. So I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. And I feel like I'm forgetting an ingredient for my pizza. We'll see. Okay, so step 1, we're gonna brown the beef. While we wait for the beef, we drink a beer. Now that the ground beef is browned up and ready to go, drain it in your sink with a strainer. Once it's drained, put it back in the pan. Now we're gonna add this stuff right here. Once you add that taco seasoning into the beef, turn your stove on high, let it come to a boil, simmer it, put it on low heat, and put a top on it. And then let that sit for like 5 minutes or until it gets thick. Now before you roll any pizza dough out, it's fucking essential that you put some flour down on your surface so that it doesn't get all sticky, you know, like that wet spot in your bed. All right, I'm gonna roll this shit out and be back in a couple minutes. All right, so now that the pizza crust is rolled out, I'm gonna stab it numerous times with a fork because those little holes allow more air to come up through the bottom, which means crispier crust. All right, now it's time to cut up all the fresh ingredients. Stay tuned. Don't forget to preheat your oven, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so I'm gonna add 2 servings of this sauce. Turn my scale on. Boom. You got a booger, bro. Booger. Alright, so there you have it. Pizza is done. I'm gonna let this thing cool down, and then I'll put the macros up on the screen. Stay tuned. Good morning, YouTube! It's Wednesday, and today is my bench press and squat day all in one. So I'm gonna try and capture all these great moments of me putting up 45 pounds like it's nothing. So one thing I want to talk about that I've discovered with my bench press is my grip. I've been letting my wrist bend so that the bar is sitting over my palm and not directly over my wrist. So that's one thing I've been trying to work on that I've been doing wrong all these years. All right, so first working set is gonna be 120 for 5 reps. Second working set is gonna be 140 pounds for 5 reps. All right, last working set is an AMRAP at 155 pounds. Let's get this shit, homie. First, let me put some tunes on. That's better. Since I'm cramming this week's workout all into 2 days, basically, next up after bench is squats. And one thing that I've always struggled with my squatting is keeping my glutes tight, keeping my core braced, and my upper back tight throughout the whole process. And majority of the time, my glutes don't stay fired the whole time. So what I've been doing is warming up with paused reps. Of course, the weight's lower, and at the bottom of the hole, I really engage my glutes, squeeze tight, so on the way up, I feel them contracting. And another good thing to keep your glutes engaged throughout the whole squat is to do 3 mental cues, obviously. You know, upper back tight. Now I'm gonna brace my core. Now the glutes are fired, squeezing tight while you're in the rest position of your squat. So that's what I've basically been working on. And today's AMRAP calls for 279. I haven't squatted in about, I think it's a little over a week. So let me show you. And the last working set's an AMRAP at 280 pounds. Let's get it. And I am gonna wear a belt, just to prevent a lower back injury. That was hard. I think I do better with a narrower stance rather than a wide stance. For some strange reason, I feel my glutes more engaged with a narrower stance. which is odd because narrow stance usually means more emphasis on the quads. Fuck! That last rep did not count. Okay, so it's Thursday morning. It's April 6th, and we're on our way to go get my wisdom teeth pulled. And I don't know why I keep mentioning it, but I'm actually really nervous. I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Or actually, I'll check back in with you guys after I get to the place. Alright, and by the time you guys are watching this, hopefully I'll have been healed up and back to my normal routine, eating and drinking and working out and fitness type stuff. Chipmunk Matt checking in.